Top of the morning to you. As intimated in my last video, I said that I would share its inspiration. So here it is. Sorry for the preamble, but as many of you know that I make a meager living from drawing. While I draw, I always have YouTube running on in the background. Ergo, that means I consume a lot of content, considering I draw for hours each day. But a certain vid came into my feed about a game that I generally like to mock, so I thought I'd check out this new YouTuber's video. They were singing its praises as expected, and I quietly laughed into my coffee. Don't take this the wrong way. Whatever games people play and love, that's all good with me, as long as I don't have to play them. I just like to have a chortle every now and then. So no real harm is ever meant. I had not planned to leave a comment until their virtual bomb detonated. I'm paraphrasing here, of course, but this person was obviously new to the hobby and also had a new YouTube channel. They basically said that we're having fun with this game, but felt that they were too inexperienced to run it, and when they did eventually run it, it could have been much better. But here's the part that really stunned me and nearly made me vomit up my coffee all over my keyboard. They had actually gone to some pro RPGing website and then actually paid a person to teach them how to run the game. There are so many things wrong with doing that, in my opinion, so let's unpack it. I'm a huge believer in freedom, so whatever they want to do with their hard-earned cash is totally up to them. But I found the concept of paying someone to teach you how to actually run a game pretty much sums up all that's wrong with the modern hobby. As I said previously, people seem to now have unrealistic expectations of what gaming is, and that you've got to be the next Matt Mercer to be a DM. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. Gaming is an organic experience, and chances are your friends are also inexperienced too, so the whole group will improve naturally. There should be no pressure on anyone when playing a little game of imagination. After all, it's just about having some fun with a few friends. Pressure only comes into it when you're actually involved in the industry and trying to make some form of living from it. The second point I'd like to make is that you can't be magically taught how to suddenly be a good GM without putting in a lot of practice. So having a few online lessons may help a little, but the results will be small overall. To reiterate the point, from my own experience, some of you may know that I've been involved with martial arts for a very long time. I've taught in various classes and in private. Many people I've seen over the years just want the quick solution. They think if they have a few self-defense lessons that they will be unstoppable all of a sudden. That's not how we function as a species. I could tell you everything you need to know in order to throw a devastating punch. Starting with the launching off the back foot while developing a kinetic chain in order to deliver your mass with maximum velocity while delivering it to a specific target through a small point, the human fist. But all that gibberish means nothing until you practice and finally learn unconscious competence. And that is the same for teaching someone how to games master. Yes, you can distill some good nuggets, but they still need to develop their DMing muscle memory, so to speak, and that takes time. People always need to find a quick solution, and where there is money to be made, you can bet your ass that someone in the gaming hobby will elevate themselves by calling themselves a professional and thus implying that they are in some special position of authority and talent. But as far as I'm concerned, anyone can make a claim, but until I see the proof, I will treat them with great skepticism. How do you know these pro game masters are any good? Because they have a profile pic of themselves looking like a thespian and have 5 whole years of experience. Ooh, big deal. LOL. One can have decades of gaming experience and still be a bad GM. There's also the natural talent factor involved here as well. And if you're paying someone, they had really better be that damn good. My next point is that there are plenty of decent folks within the hobby as well, and that person could easily go to a few forums or onto Facebook or some such platform and get the exact same level of advice and all for absolutely nothing. We all love jabbering about games when people ask the questions. This is just my take, but people shouldn't be taken in by someone who calls themselves a professional or who has decades of experience. And I say that with huge air quotes. Not until they show you the goods at the very least. So at the end of the day, I personally think you should save your cash and learn through playing and just having fun. If you get stumped or need a little extra advice, just approach people online or in person. I'm sure they will be only too glad to help you out. And who cares if you make a few mistakes along the way? We all did, and sometimes it led to a lot of in-game fun and laughs. Personally, I don't really care if people want to charge for their game mastering. It's a free market and they can do what they like. But I feel it's a little sad to see the whole gaming sphere being so heavily monetized and that the modern player is being trained to pay for services that we've been enjoying free for over 50 years. Anyway, that's it for now. If you felt this vid had any value, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, stay safe and always check your six. Sláinte!